Big Ten Network's Ryan Burr reported that the Pittsburgh Steelers are interested in acquiring former first overall pick Trevor Lawrence from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Obviously, Lawrence is coming off a season where it was very much derailed by injuries. He had a shoulder injury in week 9 that made him miss 2 games. Then he had that just horrible concussion, which knocked him out of the Jaguars game against the Texans and led to him being on IR for the rest of the season. Why would the Jaguars want to move on from him? Well, Liam Cohen being brought in, initially you would think like, okay, he's being brought in to be a quarterback whisperer to potentially be the guy to help Trevor Lawrence take the next steps to fulfill the potential that we all thought Trevor Lawrence had when he was beating Alabama in that national championship game, leading Clemson to undefeated seasons. He was kind of touted as the next Andrew Luck, the next face of the league. And outside of a division title in 2022, a playoff win and a close loss to the Kansas City Chiefs in that playoffs, and they, of course, would go on to win the Super Bowl. Trevor Lawrence has been a disappointment for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last season, 2-8 record, 2,045 yards, 11 touchdowns, 7 picks. And, the Jaguars situation in general, since his rookie season, has been a mess. They had Urban Myers, who was famously fired after going 2-11 during Lawrence's rookie season. He was just not cut out to be a professional coach. Doug Peterson comes in 2022, helps him play some of his best football in the league, throwing for 4,113 yards, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. But then things kind of regress the next season. They missed the playoffs. And, given all of that, why would the Steelers want to trade for him? Well, the Steelers would want to pursue Lawrence because they're kind of just a quarterback away at this point, right? Since the retirement of Ben Roethlisberger, the Steelers have put out Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, and honestly, none of them have been really that good at all. They have made the playoffs in 2 of the 3 seasons since Roethlisberger retired, but both times they were dispatched rather handily in the first round. The defense is very talented and has carried that unit. TJ Watt, constantly a potential defensive MVP, but it's not getting any younger. Neither is Mike Tomlin. Tomlin started out his career very hot, winning a Super Bowl in his 2nd season, going to another one in his 4th. But he hasn't won a playoff game since 2016, which might kind of be surprising. When I was doing the research for the blog post I did on this topic and for this video, I was surprised to realize that, yeah, he hasn't won a playoff game in years. And he's touted for being able to not have any losing seasons, but this has been a sustained period of playoff disappointment. So I think that he recognizes that and ownership probably recognizes that. And now they need to take a potential swing on Lawrence should he be available. The draft maybe doesn't offer quarterbacks that they like, but the biggest thing is, I think, this is kind of a fresh start for Jacksonville with Cohen coming in. They're going to hire a new GM. They haven't hired one at the time of recording yet, but it sucks when someone comes in, they get it, the inherited quarterback from a previous regime. It doesn't work out. They get their guy in, but then they get fired because of the not working out and then starting behind the 8 ball. So that is a good reason why I think the Jaguars would want to make this trade. And for the Steelers, I think it makes a lot of sense. You got to take a swing. You got to try. That division's so tough. If they had a more consistently good quarterback, they might be able to win it. So I can see it happening, but there was a report from Jacksonville saying that this is absolutely not going to happen. But who knows? Who knows if Jacksonville, they're saying that they're trying to position themselves better for a trade. They're trying to get something else. So if you're a Jaguars or Steelers fan, what do you think of the report that the Steelers are pursuing Trevor Lawrence? Good idea, bad idea, in between? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.